3 days before my sister's wedding, I found a photograph that changed everything. It was hidden inside an old wooden box at my mother's house, beneath years of dust and forgotten memories. The photo showed Ryan, my ex-fiancé, his hand around my sister's waist. The date on the back read 6 months before he broke up with me. I stared at it for a long time, my fingers trembling, my heart beating so hard I could hear it echo inside my skull. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. Everything went silent, except for that one thought screaming in my head. She knew. Claire had always known how to get what she wanted. Growing up, she was the golden child. Teachers adored her, friends worshipped her, even strangers smiled when she walked into a room. I was the opposite, the quiet one, the observer, the one who blended into the background. She once told me, "You were made to watch, not to win." Back then, I laughed, but standing there with that photograph, I realized she'd been serious all along. Ryan and I had been together for 3 years. He was my safe place, the one who saw me when no one else did. He made me believe in softness again. We used to stay up late talking about dreams, small ones, big ones, impossible ones. He'd trace shapes on my palm and say, "You deserve a life that doesn't hurt." And I believed him. Until the day he became the reason it did. When he left, he said, "It's not you, Lena. I just need something different." Something different. Those 2 words replayed in my head for months. I lost weight, sleep, and trust. My world shrank into quiet spaces, my small apartment, the hum of my coffee maker, the rain tapping the window at 2 a.m. Every memory of him felt like a wound that wouldn't close. And then came the wedding invitation. Thick white envelope, gold foil lettering. Claire and Ryan. I remember laughing so hard I cried. It wasn't just betrayal, it was mockery. She was marrying the man who'd once promised me forever. And everyone was acting like it was love. But love built on lies isn't love, it's performance. That's when I decided to end the show. I started gathering pieces of truth. Late nights scrolling through old photos, cross-checking timelines, reaching out to people who knew Ryan before me. That's how I found Jessica Morales. She dated him 2 years before I did. When I called her, she didn't sound surprised. "He's still doing it?" she asked, her voice heavy. "Still using people to climb higher?" She sent me screenshots, messages, and then the recording. Ryan's voice, smooth, confident, cold. "Claire's family's loaded. Once I marry her, I'll be set for life. Then I'll move on." I sat in silence for a long time after hearing that. Then I smiled a quiet, dangerous smile. The kind that says, "Now it's my turn." The wedding day came too soon. Seattle was drenched in soft gray rain, the kind that makes everything shimmer. The Grand Crystal Hotel looked like something out of a fairy tale. Chandeliers, marble floors, soft violins playing in the background. Everyone dressed like they were part of a movie. I wore black. No one questioned it. Claire looked radiant. Her white gown sparkled under the light, her eyes shining with the kind of joy that made people believe she'd earned it. She spotted me across the room, her expression unreadable. A polite smile, nothing more. Maybe she thought I'd forgiven her. Maybe she thought I was too weak to fight. She was wrong. The ceremony was beautiful, painfully so. When the officiant asked, "If anyone objects, speak now or forever hold your peace," I felt my heart surge. But not yet. Timing is everything. I waited until the reception. The ballroom glittered with laughter and clinking glasses. The band played soft jazz, and the air smelled like roses and champagne. Ryan stood beside Claire, smiling that same fake smile he'd used when he told me, "It's not you." My hand tightened around my phone. My pulse matched the drumbeat of the music. Then came the cake, 5 layers of perfection, decorated with sugar flowers and golden ribbons. The photographer called everyone's attention. That was my cue. I walked to the DJ booth, calm, deliberate. "I need the mic," I said quietly. He hesitated, then handed it to me. "Excuse me," I said, my voice echoing through the hall. "Before we celebrate this union, there's something everyone should see." Claire froze. Ryan's smile faltered. The lights dimmed, the big screen flickered to life. First, a photo of Ryan and Jessica. Then, the texts. "You're still the one I want. She's too easy to fool." And finally, his voice clear, undeniable. "I'm only marrying Claire for her money." The room went silent. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Claire turned to Ryan, her eyes wide, glistening with disbelief. "Tell me it's fake," she whispered. "Tell me she's lying." Ryan stammered, This is taken out of context." Out of context? I repeated, stepping forward. Want me to play the rest? He glared at me, rage twisting his face. You've always been jealous, Lena. You can't stand seeing her happy. Happy? I laughed. You're a parasite, Ryan. You feed off people's kindness until there's nothing left. Shut up, he barked, stepping toward me. You don't get to ruin our day. Oh, I think I just did. Claire's breathing quickened. Ryan, is it true? No, she's lying, he shouted, grabbing her wrist. She's trying to destroy us. Let go of me, she hissed, her voice shaking. Ryan, let me go. But he didn't. His grip tightened. That's when something inside Claire snapped. She shoved him so hard he stumbled backward into the cake table. The entire 5-tier masterpiece collapsed in a slow-motion disaster-white frosting and golden sugar flowers crashing onto the floor. Gasps erupted. Phones came out. The illusion of perfection shattered. Ryan wiped frosting from his face, eyes blazing. You think you're better than me? You're just like her weak. Don't you dare compare me to you, Claire screamed, tears streaming down her face. You lied to me, to my family. And you lied to her, he spat, pointing at me. You pretended to care, but you loved watching her fall apart. Claire froze. The truth hit like a bullet. You, she whispered, voice breaking. You told me you'd ended things long before we... He didn't, I said quietly. He was with both of us. Claire looked between us, horror dawning in her eyes. Oh my God, she breathed. I destroyed my sister for nothing. Ryan sneered. You both got what you deserved. Then, a glass shattered. Claire had thrown her champagne at him. Get out, she screamed. Get the hell out of my life. He lunged toward her, shouting something incoherent, but security stepped in, grabbing his arms. Guests whispered, cameras flashed. And then Jessica appeared, calm, graceful, wearing a red dress that seemed to slice through the chaos. Hi, Ryan, she said, her voice cutting through the noise like a blade. Didn't expect to see me, did you? His face went pale. What the hell are you doing here? Finishing what you started, she said. You told me no one could ever expose you. Looks like you were wrong. She turned to the guests. This man's been scamming women for years. I have proof. Murmurs filled the room. Reporters, influencers, guests, everyone started recording. Ryan tried to shout, but his voice was drowned by noise, by judgment, by the sound of his own downfall. He tore free from the guards and ran out, the doors slamming behind him. Silence lingered, thick and heavy. Claire stood trembling, mascara streaking down her cheeks. You humiliated me, she whispered to me. You always wanted to be the center of attention, and now you are. No, I said softly. I wanted you to see what real love isn't. Her lips trembled. I hate you. Maybe, I said. But one day, you'll understand why I did it. Her eyes glistened. Do you feel better now? I thought about it. About the years I spent being small, silent, second. Then I said, no. But I finally feel free. She looked away. The hall was in ruins, cake smashed, petals crushed under heels, the orchestra awkwardly silent. Guests began to leave, whispering. I walked outside. The rain hadn't stopped. It washed over me, cold and clean. I didn't bring an umbrella. I didn't need one. For the first time in years, I felt weightless. A week later, the video went viral, millions of views. The wedding that imploded. Ryan lost his job, his reputation, his charm. Claire disappeared from social media. My parents didn't speak to me for weeks, but silence never scared me. It had always been my home. Months later, Claire showed up at my door. No makeup, no sparkle, just a girl who'd finally seen the world without its filters. I'm sorry, she said simply. For everything. I nodded. I know. You ruined my wedding, she said, half smiling, half crying, and saved my life. We stood there, two broken sisters finding the first pieces of something real. Forgiveness, maybe. Or just the quiet after the storm. Years later, I met someone new. Alex, a teacher. Kind eyes, steady voice. He never promised forever. He just showed up every day and made me feel safe, and I realized revenge didn't heal me. Truth did. My name is Lena Hartman, and that night, under the rain and shattered glass of my sister's perfect wedding, I didn't just expose a liar. I exposed the lie we were all living. And finally, I wasn't the quiet one anymore. I was the one who spoke,